Every one of my records means something. The label, the producer, the year it was made.
You talk Bela Fleck and the Flecktones.
So
What's the story there? How'd you come across those characters?
I don't remember. I feel
Isn't,
like
isn't that crazy? God, you know.
I feel like I was. This had to be. This was just a random night. I was probably just surfing YouTube, and I like bass, like obviously. And I remember I think one night I was looking up like bass, like guitar virtuosos and like people who were playing like System of a Down songs on an acoustic guitar, like just really impressive feats of instrumentation. And then
Yep.
in the feed, in the YouTube feed, one of the suggested videos was Victor Wooten. And if you don't know who Victor Wooten is, he's like a Grammy award winning with Bela Fleck and the Flecktones. He won a bunch of Grammys with them. Like he's an amazing, amazing bass player. So I said, okay, like what kind of band is this guy in? And I'm really surprised that I got into Bela Fleck and the Flecktones because what I did was I looked what bands Victor Wooten's in, and of course with all the Grammys they won for like contemporary jazz, Bela Fleck and the Flecktones was up there.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, again, YouTube binge. What the first thing I did was search Bela Fleck and the Flecktones, and the album a live DVD they made in 2002 was ripped and put on YouTube. It was called Live at the Quick, and Bela Fleck is like another renowned musician, like one of the best banjo players in the world. And I said, and then I looked and it was classified under jazz because I was doing my research. I was like, what the hell is going on? And I played this music, and I was this is, in fact, this is probably like if I had to like play something, if I died, if I had to give one, I totally forgot to mention this, and if I died and like I said, what music does Jake like would leave? This would be it, and it's because like
Wow.
because there's no words in it.
There's no words on it.
It's all instrumentals, which is amazing. But what's cool about this is there's so many people, there's so many musicians that he brought together. That's what made Bela Fleck so cool. He brought musicians of all, like, so many different cultures, like Tuvan throat singers and you know, guys from India who play the, you know, the island doom da doom da doom, you know, those kind of drums, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you have like steel drums, like Little Mermaid style steel drums, all in the same band.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Hot.
Oh yeah, I'm rambling here, but like,
No.
long story short, I was absolutely just blown away, and I was like, this is what music means. Like, these people who don't like, they might not even been able to speak the same language, but you could just see the way they interact with each other. They're communicating. To me, like, that's, at least for jazz, I think we had this discussion last time, there's a difference between jazz, it's more personal between artists, whereas a lot of rock and roll's like putting on a show. Like, I was like, wow, like, these people didn't just put on a show, they spoke like a common language, and that's why this like just blew me away. Like, it's just amazing. But yeah, I saw it on Discogs, and I've been looking for it for a long time because it's such an old DVD, and I found it and I picked it up. So we got that to look forward to.
Nice. Yeah, I'm excited. It's a different. You know, that's one of the things. You know, Kyle of the Record Night podcast is. He kind of introduced me to a lot of different weirder. I just saw far more skilled musicians. Like, there's so many like really, really highly skilled musicians that are not like in common. I don't know, that they're not. It's not popular. Like, really wildly talented acoustic guitar players and stuff like that. It's a different thing. No lyrics usually. You know, just instrumentals.
Right.
But yeah, and I'm excited to see that DVD you're talking about, because a lot of times, like, live on stage, like you said, you can kind of see. I've always thought that has to be such a cool experience when you're a musician on that level and they're like up there playing and they're just impressed by one another, and you can see like that they're sharing that, on stage. It's very cool. It's a lot different than anything we've listened to thus far. So
that's such a good point, because like we'll see it, but I don't want to give too much away. But like you said, impress with one another. Like it's almost like the one guy starts playing and the whole band, all their attention turns. There's like 7 or 8 people up on stage, each a master musician. That's what makes it, because Bela Fleck and the Flecktones is only it's Bela, Victor, Future Man, and it was Jeff Coffin, saxophone player, he plays now for Dave Matthews Band.
Oh wow!
He left when their saxophone player died. He's who took over. He left Flecktones and went to Dave Matthews Band.
Huh.
But this is their big band. They had an idea. They did an album with just the 4 of them, with featured guests on the album, like features. And they asked all their features to come do a tour with them, and Live at the Quick was made. So it's absolutely
Jake makes me so fucking mad! I can't stand it!